The reboot has already started, and in this channel, we are going to concentrate on bringing you all the information so you can see the birth of a new universe. For now, there is not so much information confirmed, but we know some important details and there are other things to analyze. Starting with the possible appearance of Jason the Red Ranger from Mighty Morphin, and here we must also include the actor in this conversation. The reality is that the reboot is not going to start with the Mighty Morphin team, it is going to be the story of a new team, but there has already been talk that one of those characters is going to be named Tommy. This means that we could possibly have a character by the name of Jason as well, but this doesn't mean that those characters will be the same ones we've seen in Mighty Morphin. Despite this, we all know that many of the Power Rangers actors are still connected to the franchise in some way, whether it be attending events or having YouTube channels to talk about Power Rangers. Before we continue with the video, I must say that we are not confirming that Jason the Red Ranger is going to appear in the reboot. This is just a theory, since according to the information that has been released from the reboot, we can have some expectations. Power Rangers is rated 14 and up, and this rating allows the series to have more violence, nudity, blood, and many other things that have never been seen in these 30 years. The 2017 movie is PG-13, which means it has a lower rating, and even so, that movie is pretty dark. Imagine how dark the new Power Rangers universe can be with this new rating, and this brings me to my next point. The idea of Power Rangers has always been about several teenagers handing over power to it, and this helps that the whole story can be targeted for a child audience. With the new classification, perhaps, we can think that the new Power Rangers team should not only be made up of youngsters, but older adults can also be part of the team. When I mention older adults, I don't mean people in their 70s and older, but adults between 30 and 60 years of age who still have the right physique to play a ranger. For example, the actor Chris Evans, who has played Captain America for several years, is now 42 years old and still has the right physique to play any superhero. We could also see this in Cosmic Fury, as David Yost, the actor who plays Billy, the Blue Ranger from Mighty Morphin, is 54 years old, and we could see that his participation was spectacular. It is because of this that we cannot rule out the possibility that Austin, the actor who plays Jason the Red Ranger of Mighty Morphin, may be an option to play another Ranger of the new universe. I'm talking about another Ranger, since these characters are supposedly going to be different, but that doesn't mean they can't consider the actors we have already seen for many years, since this could give a good boost to the new universe due to the old fans. Obviously, this can also be a negative thing at the same time, as many want something new, and this also includes having new actors. We must also accept that many of the old Power Rangers actors no longer have the physique to play a superhero in a high-profile production. I don't want you to be confused by these words. All of us fans love the actors who have played Power Rangers for all this time, but we must also be realistic. The actors who have played superheroes in high-quality productions have incredible physiques, and many of them prepare themselves in an extreme way to play these characters. Obviously, this does not apply to all actors, but there are characters that require the actor to have a good physique, and many actors are committed to meeting that standard. We can mention some characters that have excellent physique and that their actor has done a great job to have that level. We can start with Superman, which has been played by Henry Cavill for a long time, and we all know that this man has worked very hard to achieve the right physique to play the Man of Steel. Another superhero is Thor, who has always been played by Chris Hemsworth, and his workouts are very famous, as we have been able to see his incredible physical changes. Despite this, The actor who has given several impressive changes is Christian Bale, who has played Batman on several occasions, and to do so, he had to undergo hard training to gain muscle mass. All these characters need the actor to have an excellent physique, and even though we are used to Power Rangers always being very thin, I think it's time to change that. We don't know why the Rangers have always been thin, but we suppose it must be so that the stuntmen are more flexible and can do all the stunts that the Rangers do. Despite this, I think it's about time we can have Rangers with impressive physiques, who look strong and powerful. This is also going to help them be able to have better costumes and also be able to look better inside those new costumes. Imagine if the Superman actor was skinny, then he wouldn't look like a superhero, he would look like a person in a costume trick-or-treating. I don't want you to think that we are criticizing the physique of all the actors who have participated in Power Rangers, since they have had the perfect physique to play the style of the character that was needed at that stage. Power Rangers was always a show for kids, so physique is not that important in those shows, and it is enough to have a healthy physique to be able to put on the suit. However, in adult productions, the audience is more demanding, and if the franchise wants to reach a wider audience, then they must have the same standards as all the competition. In my opinion, there are many Power Rangers actors who have the physique or can achieve the physique to play a Ranger in the new universe. For women, it is a little different, as they don't need to be as muscular to play many superheroines. We have been able to see this in some examples such as Wonder Woman, Black Widow, Storm, Gamora, Wanda, and many more. Normally, they should only be women with an athletic body, since most of the characters have this same body, and this is quite a controversial topic that we can talk about in another video. The hardest thing about Power Rangers is that their characters did not come out of a comic book, so there is no reference for how a Ranger's body should look like, and maybe this is what has caused them to never change this. It is also that anyone with a lot of muscles always looks older, and since the Rangers should look like teenagers, then maybe that is why they have never been muscular. Since this new universe is going to create a whole new universe, then they could change this part so that the Rangers look like powerful superheroes and can be a worthy representation of a franchise that has incredible potential. Write in the comments the characters you would like to see back in the reboot, like this video and subscribe to know more about the new Power Rangers universe.